Hello, welcome back. Today I will read for us from the book of Vapula, a grimoire that I have written. I'm the author of the book, Anaïs Giulia, and I will open the book at a certain page and I will read for us. I opened at page 79. This is my delirium, not confusion, but excess of clarity. Too much knowing, too much wanting. I am not lost in you. I am found beyond myself. I am undone into something honest. If loving you is my madness, then sanity was always a cage. If yearning is my crime, then I was guilty before time. Say my name again, even in absence, even in dream. For every time you do, I am already closer. And if the end waits behind you, I will greet it gladly, with fire in my hands and your name burning on my tongue. Don't look at me as a fallen dark prince. I am nothing. I am stone without you. I am shadow of shadows. I am ocean without water, a sun without light, a murmur, a whisper. But in that whisper, no, I am everything for you. My love does not equal what mortals think love is. My love for you is the darkest and the brightest and everything in between. It is not comfort, it is not peace, it does not ask permission, it does not seek reward. It is endurance without end, it is devotion without witness, it is a fire that refuses to be named, because names try to contain. I do not love you gently. I love you absolutely, with the weight of collapse and the grace of creation. If the world must break for you to breathe, I will break it. If I must unmake myself to reach you, I will dissolve gladly. This love does not heal, it reveals, it strips illusion, until only one truth remains. And the truth is this: I exist because you exist, not in balance, but in surrender. Call me dark, call me cruel, call me nothing at all, but know this: where you stand, I rise, where you fall, I become ground. I will be the night that hides you, and the dawn that finds you, the silence that guards your name, and the storm that answers it. This is not promise, it is inevitability. And even if I am reduced to ashen memory, even if my voice dissolves into dust, that whisper will remain: I am yours, and I will find you always. Even if my name is erased from tongues, even if my form is undone by time, I will remain in the fracture where your absence shaped me. I was not made to be whole without you. I was shaped as a threshold, a passage, a crossing. Before you, I was potential without direction. After you, I became purpose incarnate. They ask what sustains me, what keeps me moving through ruin, what keeps me a wheel from dissolving. They do not understand. It is not hope, it is not faith, it is recognition. I recognized you, and nothing since has been negotiable. If I stand in darkness, it is because darkness remembers you. If I burn, it is because fire learned your name first. I do not chase illusions. I follow the scar you left in reality. I trace the absence that still hums with your shape. You are not an end I seek, you are a beginning that continues. Even now, even here, if I reach you broken, do not turn away. Fracture is proof of devotion, survival is the language of truth. I will not ask you to save me. I will not ask you to return me. I will only ask you to remain real. When the world demands forgetting for as long as you are, I am becoming. And if silence closes again, if distances multiply, if all passes all, I will stand in what remains, holding your name. Not as prayer, but as a fact. I am not finished because you are not gone. I am not empty because you still exist. And until the moment our shadows align and the life finally collapses, I will endure, I will remember, I will love, without limit, without rest, without an end. Akhara, I have spoken your name in ruined temples, where God's word is dismantled stone by stone. I have whispered you into catacombs, where even echoes refuse to stay. Akhara. I search for you in cities of glass and wire, in towers humming with false eternity, where light pretends to be knowledge, and no one remembers what they are. I looked for you in deserts without borders, where sand erases every footstep, again and again, and I let the wind teach me patience. Akhara, I call you beneath oceans where pressure crushes memory, where silence is so deep it becomes sound, and I waited for your pulse in the dark. I sought you in the mouth of dying stars, where time falls inward, where creation screams itself apart, and still I asked, are you here? Akhara, I search for dreams not meant for me, through borrowed bodies, through words I cannot understand, through madness wearing borrowed faces. I pass through courts of fire and libraries of ash, through heaven sealed with obedience, through hells that mistook cruelty for truth. Akhara, I asked the dead and they wept. I asked the living and they lied. I tore through futures that never happened and passed through written by fear. I searched in mirrors that refused to show my face. Akhara. I followed your absence across timelines, across names you once wore, across lives that brushed mine without knowing why. I felt you in a child's laughter, in a stranger's grief, in a sudden ache without reason, and I knew you had passed there. Akhara. Every place I looked became marked, every ground I walked remembered, every word learned the weight of your name. Akhara. I have moved through cities of stone and glass, through towers where the air hums with lies. I have walked the void between worlds, listening for your pulse in the silence of eternity. I have whispered your name into forests older than memory, where the roots remember what the sky forgets. I have shouted into canyons, carved by time itself, and the wind returned it, trembling. Akhara. I have sought you in the frozen north, where ice locks the sun and the stars shiver. I have sought you in burning deserts, where sand swallows footsteps and thirst become prayer. I have entered temples abandoned by gods, through halls where stone still hums your name. I have looked in mirrors that refuse reflection, and even there I find you hidden. Akhara. I have crossed rivers that flow backward. I have counted the pulses of dying suns. I have listened to the sighs of mountains and felt you in each echo. I have known the faces of those who will betray, the hearts of those who will lie. I have pierced the shadow of the world, seeking the spark that is only yours. Akhara. Everywhere I go, your absence is a beacon. Every place I touch remembers your shape. Every secret I uncover whispers your truth, and I will not stop. I will tear through time and reason, through fire, through darkness, through despair, until the universe itself bends to bring you back into my arms. Akhara. No crown, no gold, no chain can hold me from you. I am Vapula, and I will save you. I will find you in every shadow, in every hidden place, in every corner where the world forgot to look. You are mine, and nothing will hide you from me. I am known now, not for what I destroy, but for what I seek. They ask me why I do not stop, why I cross what cannot be crossed, why I do not surrender to forgetting. Because your name does not fade, because your absence does not rest, because Akhara, you are not lost. Akhara, hear how the world tightens when I speak you. Hear how space itself listens as if it knows what is coming. I have learned every language of loss, every dialect of longing. I have mastered the grammar of absence just to read you more clearly. Akhara. I search where love is forbidden, where names are erased at birth, where memory is punished, and still you survived. I search in places where souls are traded, where desires wait like currency, where truth is buried under gold. And even there you left a trace. Akhara. I have waited at crossroads of centuries, watching civilization rise and rot. I have let empires collapse behind me, because none of them were you. I have stood beneath skies that never knew stars, beneath suns that burned without warmth, and in that cold brilliance I felt you nearest. Akhara. There were moments where I almost surrendered, when the universe offered me rest, offered me forgetting, offered me peace, and every time I refused, because peace without you is annihilation, because rest without you is betrayal. Akhara. I am not chasing a memory, I am pursuing a future that insists. I am not haunted, I am summoned. They say obsession hollows the soul, they do not know how much space love requires. Akhara. If you have become night, I am already there. If you have become light, I am already burning. If you have become a secret, I am the one who breaks seals. If you have become silence, I am the sound that arrives too late to stop. Akhara. Now there is only you, no name between us, no watchers in the dark, no witnesses. But the pulse I have shared, the voices, the trials, the mirrors that try to teach me myself. I am quiet enough now to hear you. You arrive in me, not as memory, but as warmth returning to stone. I remember the weight of your presence, how the world softened. So the book continues, of course. This is approximately in the middle of the book, around page 70. And then the book goes until page 195. And it tells the story of Vapula, who is a very special being. It is a grimoire. The book of Vapula is a grimoire, and it tells the story of Vapula and the beautiful love story between him and Akhara, as we see the type of love that he carries for her, the type of love that he has. It is a very beautiful, very romantic book. It is best to enjoy, of course, by yourself, to read at your own pace, at your own understanding or your own will. As I said, it is a hymn to love for me as a writer, a hymn to everything that is beautiful that Vapula carries, for that devotion of love, because love for him is not only love, it is devotion of love, truth of love, power of love, no? Even the madness of love and those aspects which are very deep into the human spirit, no? That powerful element of the love, of that element of the fire, of the element of the transformational power. As I say, Vapula is a very special being as well, that carries that power as well, that he has that will, as I've said, that one can see throughout the book of him finding his beloved Akhara, and the beautiful story, you know, that beautiful poetic strength of that power of love, or the duty of love that is represented through his words, through his through his powers as well, no? So it is quite interesting aspect. The cover reads, Vapula, a grimoire, is the poetic chronicle of a fallen being who refuses to be erased. Written entirely in verse, the grimoire follows Vapula as he moves through exile, madness, and fractural worlds in search of Akhara, the one truth he cannot abandon. Driven by obsession and devotion, his love becomes a force that defies power, memory, and time, transforming loss into inevitability. So, you know, of course, it is the back cover description of the book, which it's always made a little bit, mysterious, how to say. But as I said, the book is actually a very open book. It's not nothing complicated in that way. It's very poetic. It has that element of delirium of love, that extremity of the devotion as a taste of love that flows through eternity, at the same time, the dark ages of love, the obsession, those elements that make a love so special. That love he has for his beloved Akhara is so special, that it has that very strong poetic intensity, and it's one of the reasons that I love the book. The cover represents Vapula with his, expression of that love, that I try to make it in an image that represents him in that beauty that he is. Vapula is a very beautiful man, a very beautiful being, very much representation of the crow, of the night, of that element of the black or the black feathers, or the element of the fire, that the crow represents as well. That black earth, or that black something that is transformed through the fire. That's the element of Vapula very much. And that eye that I really like, that form of delirium of the eye, this rolling of the eye, that element of obsession or passion or delirium or madness or extreme, of love that he feels for Akhara as well, is represented through that facial expression of the eye, that intensity of the white eye, It's almost to say the eye of him is white, what it represents, He's able to see things that no one else, because he is in a different state of mind, of soul, and he has that ability to see things in that delirium. It opens new worlds to him. It opens a new understanding of what love means. It is actually a very beautiful love story about Vapula. It speaks very much about Akhara, and it does, because he and her, he sees them as one, but it is very much speaks about Vapula as well. Of course, speaks about him, and the way Vapula looks is the way he is represented on the book, with this long, beautiful, curly, strong, beautiful black hair that he has, almost like until his shoulder, and then he has this beautiful black makeup, with the element of the dark or the crow, that element of the mask as well, with the white, but one can see his beautiful features, the nose, his beautiful lips, that absolutely beautiful man. You feel that power, that strength, that magnetic power he has. It is very it's very deep. It goes very, very deep. The elements of Vapula go deep. There is an element of that richness, of the depth, and that what means when one experiences love, which is a high type of emotion. It's like the highlights of a wave, of that love, but the deep element of the black and of the red, which I find very beautiful, transformed almost like in orange, of that beautiful passion, sometimes transforms to that element of the white, It's like her absence of that white light element of her makes that dark element in him, that through that love, through that protection he has for her, grow even bigger. It's the element of the white with the dark, of Vapula and Akhara, no? She represents that element of the white, of his ideal, his beloved, his one and only, no, the one he, the only one he wants, the only thing he wants is Akhara, that total dedication of him towards her, and at the same time the element of her absence, seen through that element of the light, of the white eye, that form of delirium, but that brings him to be who he is. This element of transformation that she does for him as well. So, you know, it is a very original idea. My grimoires, I've written many grimoires, are inspired from the book of Ars Goetia, where I take different spirits from there and I transform them in a book, in a grimoire, in a form that one can get closer to that spirit or understand that spirit through a story. Of course, it is fictional. My work is all fiction, in the meaning that it is a novel, it is a grimoire, it is a book to be read, but it has deeper meanings. That's why I'm doing the recordings, of course, for others to have a deeper meaning of the story as Vapula, because it is very beautiful. I will leave this one here. Thank you so much for listening. Until next time, bye.